Hi, this is Stan. Welcome back to the Crow's Nest Railroad. Well, we're out of Saguaro Central. A lot of action going on, so stay tuned. Well, as you can see and hear, there's a lot going on today, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. We're moving the speeders. We've got 3 railroad industrial large gauge speeders that we're moving to a different location. Terry's working on a scratch-built electric backup locomotive that we're going to use behind the hurlbut, so that's kind of fun to give you an update on that. And then I got the luckiest job of all. So you can see there were so many people that wanted this job. I really had to win the lottery to get to do this today. Some hammering and chiseling here out on the rail. This is the paved crossover here at the 15-inch gauge. And when they poured the concrete, a little bit of it got a little higher than the rail, and some of the wheels are hitting the concrete. So I'm trying to chisel some of that back down low enough so that it doesn't interact with the wheels on the locomotives and on the cars. So we're here talking with Terry today, and he's the one building this locomotive, I guess we'll call it. I'm not so sure, but it's from the ground up. We're upside down. And so Terry, what are we doing? Is this going to be a backup for the 15-inch gauge, or what?
It's a backup for hurlbut. And what we did, we had a spare 3-phase motor, and I was thinking about it for a while. We could use that to power the locomotive. We don't have to worry about batteries. We don't have to worry about gas or hydraulics or any of that. We have a 3-phase motor, and then we have a 1 kilowatt generator in the trailing car, and that's all we need. Just plug it in. I've got a electronic control box that I'm going to put in that's going to drive the motor. We can go forward, reverse, stop, and speed control. That's all we need on here. And this will be able to pull up to about 9,000 pounds of cars and people. And it'll be able to do it at about 5-6 miles an hour around the whole layout. And right now we're in the prototype stage, and what we're going to do, this axle is going to be moved up front, and then this, well actually this one will be moved back there, this one will go up front because it's got the gear on it.
Are these going to be tied together with a chain then if one's
No.
way up front?
No.
Okay.
We're just going to be driven with one
Set. Okay.
one set. We have the three-phase motor, and then we have like a, I think it's 6-to-1 gear ratio, and same here, because this is got
6-to-1, so like 12-to-1 when we're done?
6 and a 6, so it's 36.
Oh, okay.
It multiplies.
Oh, okay.
36-to-1. This operates at 3,600 RPM, so we drop it down, and I've got it set so the maximum speed's around 6 or 7 miles an hour.
Gotcha.
Tomorrow I'm going to start moving the stuff around to get it where Gary wants it. On the, he's got a body designed.
Oh, so you're fabbing everything on this thing.
Oh, yeah, it's bottom line. We just took these I-beams and put these plates on the end, and they're working from that.
That's so cool. So, of course, obviously it's upside down right now so we can look at it, but rarely do you get to see just a complete scratch build locomotive.
Like I said, it's in the prototype stage, so things are fluid. I think this is our second iteration, and the third iteration is going to be the final one where that axle moves up front and then that moves back, and then we do whatever's necessary.
What's the rough horsepower on that?
1.5.
1.5 horse, and it runs on alternating current?
Three-phase AC, 100. Well, actually, it runs on 208. My control box, we plug it into 110 from the generator. That converts it to three-phase 208 to drive the motor. You can drive variable speed. It's called a VFD, a variable frequency driver, and all the machine tools in that have it. They use three-phase. You can vary the speed of the motor.
Wow. Okay, there's some people out there like me, their brains just exploded because we're not so sure what you're talking about exactly, but I think it may be clear to us as you make progress and we see more what's going on.
If you come out maybe next week, you'll see the final configuration of the axles, and then we'll be able to flip it over, and I have to mount the box in here. You have the control box and make a shelf to put it on. It's got to be 2 or 3 inches below this, so that this is the top side over here, and so when that is it'll be flush, and then you just put the generator on that.
Wow, this is going to be so cool. Now, will there be any swiveling trucks or just two solid axles?
Two solid axles, 4-foot wheelbase.
4-foot wheelbase, okay. Well, we will check in next week. Here's the coupler box back here. So this will be a great tug, and it'll pull passengers and everything.
Yeah, it's a backup for the hurlable.
Yeah. Well, Terry, thanks for showing us that, and we're going to get some more pictures as your progress continues here. That's awesome.
Next week we should be able to flip it over.
Sweet. And here comes Bob doing a test run on the Hurlbut. Of course, he didn't offer to give me a ride. They've been working on the throttle cable, so I'm assuming they're making some good progress. So next, Bob and I got to go do a little bit of track work with our remaining time today. So we're going to take the electric mule here, take it out and get some stuff done. So one thing Bob and I are looking for is that blue block. And those blocks are dropped by operators if they suspect that there's something that needs to be looked at and or repaired. So that's what we're checking on right now. And we're also looking for these rail joiner intersections. We want to make sure that the nuts are all on the outside so that there's no chance of a deep flange interacting with the hardware on the inside of the rail. All right, so here you can see we've got nuts on the inside. We want to swap those 3 and get the nuts on the outside of the rail joiner and rail.
Should we change them?
Well, there's the long and winding road ahead of us.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Well, we got to put everything away. So we got to pull the Hurley out of the way to get the work train in first, and then back the Hurley in. Well, end of the day is here. I don't know, we've gone around and maybe a quarter mile or so today of checking out the rail joiners. So Bob and I are going to say so long, and we want to say thanks so much for watching. So hope to see you right here next time.